Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna be doing a get to know me tag. If you guys can see by the title, I wanted to do this just so that people will get to know me a little bit more. I posted a few videos. So the first question is, where did you grow up? Okay, so I grew up here. I was born and raised here in Queens, New York. I haven't lived anywhere else. You know, as of right now, I've just been in Queens. Maybe later on I do want to move to Long Island or just different state. Okay, so next question is, where do you currently live? I already answered that. So who is your first best friend? My first official best friend has got to be like in middle school. Her name is, I don't even know if she's gonna care if I mention her name, but her name is Kakan. Me and her went to Francis Lewis together. So she was my best friend. Like, we would go to school together in the mornings, we would come back together at the same time. She's actually the first person I ever trusted with anything personal, and I just love her so much. How tall are you? Okay, I always tell people I'm 5'5". That's the last time I ever like really measured myself. It was 5'5". I don't know if I grew, so we're just gonna say it's 5'5". So dogs or cats? So I am a dog person, so I'm gonna have to go with dogs. Funniest moment throughout high school? Oh my god, there is tons of funny stories from high school. Like, one of them has got to be when I think I got my period or something, and I didn't even realize like I got my period. So I got off the bus, and then some girl, like, she pointed it out. She's like, oh, like, you know, you're kind of like, you have an accent in the back. So I had a sweater, so I just tied it around my waist. And then later around, I think I had like lunch 6 period or something like that. And then during lunch, like, I remember, like, I sat down, like, I had no pads. I could have gone back home, but like I forgot the reason why I still stayed. TMI, I did stuff a bunch of tissue paper down there just to avoid the flow, because sometimes like it's spotting. Needless to say, it was lunch period, and I kind of moved. I sat down in the chair, and like, I don't know what told me to look down there, so I got up, and like, I had my sweater, but it actually went through my sweater and actually stained the chair, and I was so embarrassed. Like, and there was people around me, and I didn't want to tell anyone because it was just disgusting. So I mean, that's the most embarrassing thing, so I guess it's funny now because I get to laugh at it, but I was just so horrified. And I think I did go home right after that. Like, I did. Like, I had extra sweatpants in my locker room, so I just literally just snuck into the gym locker room, and I put that shit on, and I just ran home. I did not run home. I ran to the bus stop, and then I took the bus home. So that's probably like the dumbest thing I did, but that's, yeah, the funniest. So what year were you born? I was born in 1995, November 1995. What sports do you play or have you played? I currently don't play any sports, but in high school I was in the cross country team. I really loved being in the team, being with my teammates at that time. I enjoyed every second of it. If you don't know what cross country is, it is running miles and miles and miles, just trying to balance off your endurance. Like, you have to manage to know, you have to be good at managing your endurance, basically. Yeah, I absolutely love it. When I was younger, I also did do basketball, so I do love playing basketball. Like, if someone were to ask me, I will definitely play it. But yeah, those are the two sports I played in my life. Have any books you read changed your life? I currently don't really read any books, and if I do, surprisingly, I love reading history books. I know I don't look like it, but I just love learning about history, the world, things that happened a long time ago. It just interests me, and it always has. Like, that's always been my favorite subject in high school. Who are your favorite YouTubers? My favorite YouTubers is alot Sarai, Carly Bible, it's Jaclyn Hill. I know it's Jaclyn Hill. I love Jeffree Star. Of course, I know there's controversy around him right now, but you know, I'm just answering honestly. Who else do I like? I love Amanda Ensing, and I love Juicy Jasmine. I love her. She always has the best recommendations. I will list them down below in case you guys are interested in anyone that I mentioned, but on the top of my head, those are the ones I love to watch. Yeah, those are the ones I'm obsessed with at the moment. Do you speak any languages, and how well? Okay, so in high school, I was in the Universal Scholars Program at Francis Lewis High School, so meaning I had to choose between two languages. So I had chosen Latin and French. Latin was just hard, but French, I know a little bit of French. Like I know a little bit, you know. I can't really speak it, but I know a little bit. Like, I'm not gonna be a complete dummy if you were to show me any French language. But I do, I am Hispanic. I'm Hispanic, but I don't like talking in Spanish. I know, don't kill me. I don't like speaking Spanish. I mean, it's just, I think it's just everyone expects that because you're Spanish that you're automatically very fluent in it, when in reality that's not the case. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. I hope no one hates me because of this, but I'm just answering honestly. Are you single or taken? I am currently single, so yeah. What is your idea of your dream date? My idea of my dream date is to, I mean, I don't really have an idea date planned out. I just, as long as it's something, it's the thought that counts. You know, I don't care. Like, I don't care where it is. As long as, if I like this person, as long as I'm having a good time, you know, wherever it is. It could be bowling, it could be anything. It could just be going to a pizza shop, you know. As long as like I'm spending time with that person that I'm interested in, I'll be glad, you know. I just don't like, one thing that I don't like is movie theaters. The only reason is because you're not really meeting the person at a movie theater. You're just literally sitting there watching a movie, potentially hoping he makes out with you, probably, possibly, and that's it, you know. I don't like that. You're just 2 hours, you're in silence. But I mean, I love getting to know the person, so that's why I wouldn't choose a movie theater as my first date. It could be like my second or third date, but as my first date, I wouldn't, you know. How long was your longest relationship? Okay, so my last relationship was for like, I think it was like for 5 years. Me and him are still really good friends, but yeah, it was for 5 years. What is your go-to hairstyle? My go-to hairstyle is literally what I have on right now. It is just it's either a ponytail with my hair parted like this, or just like in a bun. That's my go-to. I don't really like my hair down just because it's so thick, and I just don't like it being all over my face. How many siblings do you have? I have 2 brothers. One is, he's in college. The other one is in high school. He's actually goes to my old high school. So he goes to Francis Lewis. I don't really know their ages. So I think one of them is like about to be 20 this year, and the other one's like 16. I don't remember. I'm terrible. What is your go-to fast food order? So my go-to fast food has got to be Chinese food. I just love Chinese food. So I don't really like eating out all the time, but if I do, I love Chinese food. It's always been something I always ate since I was a little girl, so I always love that. So that's probably like my favorite. If I want burgers and fries, I love Five Guys. Like their fries are so bomb. The only thing is that I just don't like that they use peanut oil, because you know some people are just allergic to nuts and they don't get to, you know, try it out, but it is so good. I love it. I love their fries. Do you use PC or a Mac? I currently have a MacBook Pro. Your most memorable vacation memory? Oh my god, my most memorable vacation memory has got to be, it is so hard because your girl only went to 2 different places. I mean, I would have to say, so I recently went to Vegas, and I would have to say that it was a very, very short trip, so I would have to say that's my most memorable because I actually got pit seats to go see Christina Aguilera, her Experience show in the Las Vegas. I took my friend Tiffany with me and I absolutely loved the experience. She has new shows later in the year, but I don't even know if they're gonna reschedule it because of this whole like COVID thing. But if you guys happen to want to go to Vegas and you want to go see her show, I would recommend it. I had such an amazing time. I would do it all over again. Like literally I was planning to go again. She makes you cry, she makes you happy, she just gives you so much goosebumps. Like she's such a powerhouse. I love her so much, and I love Vegas. The atmosphere is just so different than New York, and everyone is so much more nicer. So yeah, Vegas. What is the craziest thing you have done? You guys know me, I just do a lot of crazy shit. I don't know, hold on, I have to think this through. What is the craziest thing I've done? I wouldn't say crazy, but I would say this is probably like the stupidest thing I've ever done. So one time, this was back in sophomore year of high school, I met someone online, but not really online. Like we had gone to the same middle school. I'm not gonna name any names because I don't want people to come, I don't know, I just don't want people to know, you know, invasion of privacy and stuff. So story short, my friend from middle school, I'm not gonna say any names again, she basically liked him. So this was during the time that Facebook was becoming so popular. So what happened was I messaged him and I basically told him, story short, I told him like, you know, I had a friend that liked him or whatever. In the end, he didn't really feel that same way towards her. So me and him just ended up talking, but of course, like I had asked her permission, you know, because we were just like flirting with each other, but mind you, we didn't know each other. I don't know, it was weird. So it's weird now, like if you think about it, it's so funny. But anyways, so I remember like I used to take my brother to karate class, so basically we had agreed to meet up at the Jamaica Cinemex theater. I dropped off my brother at karate class, and in my head I'm like, oh my god, like I'm just gonna go watch the movie because the movie's like an hour and something, and I think it was the same. I think my brother would be in karate for like 2 hours, so I'm like, perfect, like that's perfect because I'll be back in time to come pick him up. So I ended up going to the movie theater and I was so nervous. Like this was like my first ever official date. Yeah, like this was my first official date. And I was so nervous, and oh my god, and you know those movie theaters cutouts that they have? I legit waited 2 hours behind the cutout. I hid behind that, and I was watching him from far away, and he kept messaging me like, where are you? And I'm just like, I'm almost coming, whatever. And like, I'm telling y'all, when I get really nervous, I just let my nerves eat me up. But that is the only time I actually did something stupid, and I regret it so much because I made him wait 2 hours. I mean, we ended up becoming really good close friends though. Later on, he was like my best friend and we would always talk. So I do have a love for him in my heart, but it's just it was just so embarrassing. Like, I made him wait for 2 hours, and then I ended up we ended up getting in trouble. Well, I ended up getting in trouble because I ended up not picking up my brother from the YMCA. So that's exactly what happened. And for the movie that we did eventually went to see was Rio. But when we went to go see the movie, I was just so, at that moment, my parents were just harassing me, like, where are you? Why didn't you go pick up my brother? The most irresponsible thing ever done. But again, I was like 14, I think. I forgot how old I was. I was just young and stupid. So, describe your first crush. Oh my god, my first crush has got to be in like elementary school. I liked this kid and he didn't like me back. He ended up liking this other girl, and that's like my first ever crush, and I had a crush on him for like a few years. But then in middle school, he did go to my middle school, and I just ended up liking someone else. But yeah, he was like my first official crush. What theme parks have you been to? I have been to, like, I've been to Universal in California. I've been to Six Flags. I'm not the type to like amusement parks anymore because I'm terrified of heights. But I will go, like, if a group of friends were to ask me to go, I'll tag along because, hello, there's food there. But I wouldn't go on the rides. Like, I wouldn't go on the big rides. I just wouldn't. It's just, you know, just like my friend Joy said once. She said if God wanted me to fly, he would have given me wings. So, yeah. To what extent do you trust people? If you fuck up the first time, I'm going to forgive you. I'm gonna give you a second chance just because, you know, it depends on the reason what it is. Once I give you a second chance, if you fuck me over again, I will not forgive you. Maybe I'll forgive you because it's not good to hold grudges, but I just wouldn't have you in any part of my life. What for, you know? If you could restore one broken relationship, what would it be? I've only really been in one official relationship, like a real one. We're still friends. To me, I don't like to think like that. I like to think like, okay, if we're not together, then there's a reason why we're not together. I mean, I've dated people here and there. I like to be negative towards the people I was with because you never know, like, what if in 5 years, what if in 2 years, like, you don't know if you're gonna reconcile with this person, or you don't know if you're gonna become friends with the person again. You don't know, you know, you don't know any of that. And you know, and then at one point in my life, this person made me so happy. This person was like my best friend, and I wouldn't want to say anything negative towards that person, you know. I only really dated like dated, not relationship wise, I only really dated like 2 people, like, really, and one of them is still part of my life, the other one isn't, but I have no hatred towards them. There's no need for hatred. I still have love for both of them, you know. That's how it's all peace and love. If you could pick one, would you rather have infinite money or an unending love? I would choose love, honestly, because money it doesn't buy happiness at all. Like, it doesn't buy happiness. There was a point in my life where I was making so much money, and I was just so unhappy with the workplace I was in. It was just so negative. These are all my personal opinions, by the way. I'm not trying to throw shade towards anyone. I'm just speaking from my heart. I was just so unhappy with like certain people I was working with, and I ended up leaving. And legit, when I left, it was the most I just felt so like something just lifted off my shoulders, and I felt so happy, and I felt like myself again, because it was just so negative. Again, the workplace I worked in, I'm not gonna name the name of it, but it was just, people were just being so like talking shit about next to each other. Like they were just being so fake. Again, so fake. I mean, you're always gonna meet fake people, don't get me wrong, but it's just like, I had been working at this job for 2 years, and then all of a sudden, like the first year was so good, and then I really loved the girls I met. There's some friendships that I still have from working that job, but then later on, certain toxic people came in, and it just made it so we just didn't get along, you know? What are you happiest with in your life? Okay, so I'm pretty much happy with how healthy I am, and how much I've, like this year I slowly focus on myself, on like focusing on me, getting things done that I've always wanted to do. So I'm happy that I'm doing that. I mean, I'm paying off school by myself. Everyone's like, oh my god, like if they find out how much my school is and I'm paying it out of pocket. But you know, if you really want to do something and you're passionate about something, you might as well just get it done. When did you suffer your first heartbreak? I suffered my first heartbreak, I don't remember when. It was probably like 6 years ago or something like that. I told this guy that I liked him. We ended up being best friends, but I had told him in the beginning that I liked him, and he said he was flattered. So I remember like I was so upset. But later on, fast forward a few years later, fast forward like 2 years later or a year later, or later on in the year I think it was, he ended up having feelings for me. But you know, the world works its magical ways. That's true. I guess that's about it. So if you guys want me to do another one of these things, then let me know in the comments down below. I mean, I did get cut off twice, so I just hope like it doesn't look stupid. But yeah, I'm actually, it was fun filming one of these. It's fun, you know. You guys, again, if you guys want me to do a video describing certain situations in full detail, or you know, without mentioning any names, of course, I could do that. Or any specific questions, again, if you guys want me to do another one, I will definitely do another one, because it was fun doing this. So yeah, please like and subscribe if you like the video. It's definitely gonna help other people see this video. And yeah, I'll leave my Instagram and everything down below. So until next time, bye.